Hello everyone, welcome to mvpvishwakosha. Today we are discussing 5th and 6th October 2025 current affairs. In that first point, that is about recent there is cyclone Shakti. Okay, so that is an event in Arabian Sea. So cyclone name is Shakti. Okay, or Shakti is a no, it is in North Indian Ocean. That is Arabian Sea, part of 2025 North Indian Ocean's cyclone season. Okay, so that is originated from a well-marked low pressure in the northeast Arabian Sea. Okay, and also became a depression around the 2nd October, upgraded to cyclone storm by 3rd October. So initially west, southern west, and later expected to recover east, north, eastward. Okay, so at severe cyclonic storm strength, almost that. Winds up to 100 to 110 kilometers in parts, and also very important, it is the first cyclonic storm of the season over the Arabian Sea in 2025, and also naming Shakti follows that WMO, that naming conversions for the North Indian Ocean basin. So the system is not expected to make a major landfall on Indian coast. Coastal disruption is likely via rainfall of seas and wind along with the margins. Okay. So all that very important, that cyclones activity in Arabian Sea is historical less frequent than in Bay of Bengal, and also this makes such storms more noteworthy. The formation of strong system of the west coast rises. Okay. Also, that warm sea surface temperature plays a crucial role in fueling cyclones. Okay, also that is fishery. It will risk the fisheries and livelihoods, marine transport and ports, and coastal safety and local infrastructure. Okay, and also you should know about disaster preparedness and policy challenges and linkage to a broader theme. All that perspective it is very important. And also you should know about naming of that cyclones and the meteorological backgrounds. Okay, impact challenges. All that perspective it is very important. Okay, so that is about recent cyclone Shakti. Okay. Next news, that is about recent central government identification of 100 aspirational agriculture districts. Okay. So Prime Minister Dhyan Dhyan Krishi Yojana. Okay. Gandhyan Krishi Yojana. So in this, to transform 100 performing agriculture districts into high productivity resilient market linked agriculture. So here 100 districts across India select. So from 20 states and union territories. So in that Uttar Pradesh, 12 districts and Maharashtra 9, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan 8 each. Okay, low productivity and moderate crop intensity below average access to agriculture credit is the main criteria. Also convergence of existing scheme, all that, and also 100 central nodal officers, so mostly joint secretaries will, for each oversight that program. Okay, the scheme is analogous to approach the aspirational district program. Also, it does have the fresh standalone budget allocation. Okay, and also district agriculture development plan to prepare to each selected districts, integrating multiple schemes. Okay, that is very important to targeted intervention in larger districts and convergence of efficient utilization, data-driven performance, climate and resilience diversification, and political and electoral relevance, and also coordination, complexity, state level cooperation, resource gap, fund sufficiency, capability at district level, all that perspective, monitoring and accountability, sustainability beyond all that perspective, it is very important. Okay, so that is about 100 aspirational agriculture district. Okay, next news, that is about recent, there is India Brazil, that is NSA meeting in Delhi, Ajit Doval and Brazilian counterpart. So in this, India's national security advisor Ajit Doval met that Brazilian counterpart. Okay, in New Delhi for the 6th India Brazil strategic dialogue. In that, the meeting covered a sector including defense and security, energy, rare earth, critical minerals, and bilateral strategic cooperation. So the timing is significant, that preparatory to President Lula's visit to India in 2026, and Brazil's Vice President also expected to visit. This is a part of sustained push by Brazil to deepen strategic ties with India, especially in the context of shifting global trade pressure and alliance rebalancing, and also that relationship pillar discussed that defense, energy, rare earth, critical minerals, and also that 6th India-Brazil strategic dialogue, and also it is happening ahead of high-level visits, right? So that strategical diversification of Indian foreign policy, critical minerals and rare earth security, defense and security cooperation in non-traditional theaters, multilateral and global south alignment, trade and economic resilience, all that perspective, it is very important. Okay, so that is about recent NHA Ajit Doval and Brazilian counterpart discussion. Next news, there is about India won that ISSA award 2025. Okay, so ISS means International Social Security Association Award for Outstanding Achievement in Social Security 2025 at the World Social Security Forum in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So in this, Union Labour Employment Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia received the award, and also recognition of rapid expansion of social life expectations coverage in India over the past decade, key role in the digital infrastructure, inclusive schemes and reforms, and also forms 19% in 2015 to 64.3% in 2025 of populations, and also Eastern portals. Also, India holds 30 seats in ISSA General Assembly. Okay, highest vote share of any country in present. India is the fifth country to ever receive that ISSA award since its inception. Okay, that very important, that award in the social security and statistical jump from social security coverage from 19% to 64%, and also e-shram is a key digital instrument, and also India is the fifth recipient of the award and has the highest vote share in the ISS assembly rows. Okay, so all that exam perspective, it is very important. Okay, so that is about recent India's global recognition. India wins ISSA award 2025. Okay. So next news, that is about recent that mud volcano activity at Batang Iceland, Andaman and Nicobar Iceland. So that new mud volcano eruption was reported in Rajatgar forest area of Bharatgar Iceland. Okay, Andaman and Nicobar Iceland are okay. Also, the eruption reportedly expelled about 5,000 meter cube of mud, which spread over adjacent areas. And although eruption site is about 2 kilometers away from the nearest village, so risk of habitation was considered a minimum. Also, this volcanic feature is known by name Jalki, among others, and also very important is a claim of 20 year of eruption in okay, and also very important, the mud volcano is not true igneous volcano. Instead of magma, it emits a slurry of mud, water, and gases. Okay, that is methane or other hydrocarbon gases, and also the pressure driving the eruption typically comes from subsurface gases or over pressured sediment rather than molten rock. Okay, very important that Andaman Island have a total of 11 reported mud volcanoes. Okay, very important. But now Iceland, okay, only place in India where mud volcanoes are naturally active. Okay, all that exam perspective, unique occurrence in India, right? So for exam perspective, it is very important, and volcanic distinctions linked in seismic and also disaster science and hazardous mapping. All that perspective, it is very important. Okay, so that's about recent about mud volcano eruption. Next news, that's about recent scientific findings about Enceladus, a moon of Saturn, using Cassini data. Okay, scientific reanalyze the old data from the Cassini spacecraft fibers of Enceladus, particularly the icy plums jets erupting from the South Pole. Reanalysis has revealed a new type of organic compound in the freshly ejected ice grains, compounds not previously detected. Because of these ice grains are freshly expelled, they are all less altered by space radiation, making their chemical signature more present. Okay, and also the findings strengthen the case that Enceladus may meet key criteria for habitability and liquid water energy source and complex organics. And also the results were published in Nature Astronomy by researchers including Fabian Kleiner and collaborators. Okay, very important that Cassini and Enceladus to understand that significance. Cassini Huygens was a joint mission by NASA, European Space Agency, and ASI, launched in 1997. Okay, so it is a Saturn mission. Cassini made many close flybys of Enceladus, including critical one in 2008. Okay, all that perspective, exam perspective, all that points are very important. Okay, so all that organic molecules and better all that samples, strengthening the case of habitability. Okay, target of future missions, understanding planetary science, all that perspective, it is very important. Okay, so that is about recent that Enceladus is a moon of Saturn, and that Cassini spacecraft explored Saturn and its moons. News. Next news, there is about recent, that is about Poland planning to join NATO's pipeline, okay, fuel network. So Poland has signed a preliminary agreement to connect its fuel infrastructure pipeline storage into NATO's central Europe pipeline system. Scale about 300 kilometer of pipeline from the German-Polish border to depot near that north central Poland. Okay, the cost is estimated about 20 billion. Okay, So NATO has already earmarked funds. Okay, and also CPS network currently spans Belgium, France, Germany, Luxembourg, Netherlands. Poland would have a new extension on NATO's eastern flank. Okay, Poland aims to strengthen both the defense, military, logistic, and energy. All that perspective, CPS, Central Europe Pipeline System, is a Cold War era network of fuel pipeline used to move aviation fuel, diesel, gasoline, after etc. among NATO territories. Okay, so the network, its military mobility, all that is very important. Now, Poland was outside its pipeline network, the fuel infrastructure pipeline. Okay, the extension into Poland would connect it to border NATO logistic fuel supply chain, improving resilience and interoperability. All that strategic and military significance, military logistic and readiness, strengthening the eastern flank of NATO. All that perspective, it is very very important, and also energy and security access, political, geopolitical, institutional aspects. All that perspective, it is very very important. Okay, so that's about Poland linking to NATO Central Europe pipeline system. Okay. Next news, that is about India celebrating 150 years of that is Vande Mataram. Okay, so that is in cabinet as it has decided to celebrate 150 years of national song Vande Mataram across India. Vande Mataram is written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, right? It is a Sanskrit Bengali post published in 1882 as part of a novel Anand Mat. Very important, all that points for exam perspective. The government rationale is that song played a crucial role in freedom struggle, and also the cabinet note also emphasized that the Constituent Assembly accorded Vande Mataram the status of national song, and that is it is held to have equal status with the national anthem Jana Gana Mana. Although the move is a symbolic and cultural intended to foster national unity and also patriotic sentiment and remembering the heritage of the freedom movement, and also that place Vande Mataram means I bow to the mother. Okay, it is a poem that personifies the land, motherland, to devotional patriotic term. Authored by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Okay, in 1817, published in his novel Anand Mat. The first two stanzas of the poem were widely adopted and became a rallying cry during India's freedom movement. Okay, during British rule, and also 1950, the Constitutional Assembly of India adopted Vande Mataram as the national song, not the national anthem. National anthem is Jana Gana Mana. Right, but it holds a special honored place in India's national symbols. Okay. It's the Constitution of India does not explicitly mention that national song. Only the national anthem is mentioned. Okay, very important. All that Vande Mataram. Okay, 150 years of symbolic ties. Okay, contemporary India. That perspective, it is very very important. Okay, so that is about recent that 150 anniversary of Vande Bharat song adaptation. Next news, that is about recent that news about Rakshith Shetty winning that Karnataka State Film Award and other film award aspects. In that Karnataka State Film Award for the year 2021-22, Rakshith Shetty won the Best Actor Award for his performance in 777 Charlie. Okay, also won multiple state awards: second best film, best editing, best lyricist. Okay, and also Rakshith Shetty's team publicly expressed gratitude for those recognitions. Best film, best film was awarded Dodahatti Boregowda. Best actress award went to Archana Joyce for her role in Mute. In addition, Triple Charlie had already won at the 69th National Film Award for Best Feature Film in Kannada. Okay, the film Triple Seven Charlie is Kannada adventure drama directed by Kiran Rajki, starting Rakshit Shetty and a dog named Charlie, has received commercial success and critical acclaim. Okay, all that perspective, exam perspective, all that Charlie actor, all that is important. Okay, so there is about regional cinema and cultural identity. Rakshith award. Next news, that is about last news. That is about first test versus India versus West Indies. Okay, so in that India defeated West Indies in the first test match, Ahmedabad by innings and 140 runs. So the match ended on day 3. So West Indies were bowled out for 162 in their first innings. India declared at 448 for 5 and then dismissed West Indies for 146 in the second innings. Okay. So in this, Ravindra Jadeja scored a century and also took 4 wickets. He was the player of match, and Mohammad Siraj picked 7 wickets, and KL Rahul Jadeja scored centuries in India's innings. This win, India leads 2-match test series 1-0. The victory also gives India valuable points in the ICC World Test Championship. The West Indies top order struggled, their batting collapsed. Okay, all that India's win, okay, by innings and 140 runs type of test match is important. Okay, so that is about recent India versus West Indies. Okay, first test match win. Okay, that's about 5th and 6th October 2025 current affairs. Thank you. Support me for further videos so that I can analyze all the topics required for UPSC and all competitive exam. Thank you.